on my soul, I am so infinitesimal. Oh, they say it started with a big bang, but they say it was really just a small thing. Strangely, I'm feeling like a big bang.
Hello listeners, and thanks for tuning in to Buffalo Lab Radio Free. I'm your host, Eunice Randall, and I'm here at the Buffalo Game Space with John Futscher and Qazi. Thanks for coming on the show.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the Buffalo Game Space is and who's involved with it?
So the Buffalo Game Space is a nonprofit here in town. We're trying to get more people into game development, and to do that, we're teaching people skills like programming, digital art, 3D modeling, music, voiceover, writing, any of the skills that would generally go into creating a game. We're here to help people learn those skills and hopefully get jobs doing what they love and get more people into creating games here in Buffalo.
How many people are members of your space right now?
It depends on how far you cast the net. We've got some people that just come through. We've got different membership tiers of paying members, so we're talking 70 to over 100 folks depending on where you draw the line.
And how did this space get started originally?
So many years ago, since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to make video games. So when I got a little bit older and I went to school, I went to college to learn how to program video games specifically. But the real world is what it is, so I couldn't find a job doing that. So I started creating games on the side, just for my own self, as a hobby, just to do it, to see if I could. And after I started doing it, I realized I absolutely could, but as a programmer, I could only go so far by myself. I could make things work, I could make things move, but it all looked like crap because I'm not a very good artist. And I don't know how to make music, but I had some artistic friends and some musician friends, so I started talking to them about it, and they were interested. And so we just posted it out there to see, hey, is there anybody else in town doing this? And it turned out there was. And they were hitting the same roadblocks that we were hitting, of just being single skill, trying to do something, only being able to go so far with that skill. I can paint beautiful pictures, but I can't make them move because I don't know how to write code.
Right.
And so that was kind of the impetus to bring together the group, the initial group. And so we've been here for about a year, and we do coworking, mentorship, workshops, hosting big events. Just like this past weekend, we had our first annual showcase of the local game community, which was really great and a lot of fun. But I think that's kind of the high-level story of coming to be as fast as I could possibly tell it.
That's awesome. It sounds like it's really cool that you got a collaborative space like that going here.
Yeah, no, it's completely grassroots. I mean, the entire thing was, it came out of a group of people that wanted to do this. There wasn't something like it in town, so we made it.
That's awesome.
Just kind of like the games that we make.
Can you tell me about some of the awesome projects that your members are working on?
I think I should turn that over to him. I'm gonna say that.
Well, there's some other cool projects.
Oh, there's plenty of them, but none of the rest of them came out yesterday.
That's true. One did just come out yesterday.
So tell me about Skyhook.
Yeah, so I've been working on Skyhook for 2 years. It's a local multiplayer party game where you fight with grappling hooks. It's out now on Steam. It came out yesterday. So 2 long years of development and tears and dreams all finally now out into the world. So yeah, that's kind of
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
How did you get involved with the game space?
Yeah, so I moved here to Buffalo late last year, and so I kind of moved to Buffalo almost expecting that I would kind of be working on games on my own, kind of like what Foot mentioned with people who were making games before the game space existed. And then I heard about this space and I saw their website and I was like, oh, I'll check this out. And since then, it's basically just been a haven for me as a game developer, a place where I can come to other like-minded people, kind of bounce ideas off of, get feedback from, and kind of really help my game grow since I've been here. So yeah, that's kind of how I got involved in it. And now I can't leave. I'm just pretty much here as much as I can be. Yeah.
That's great. How can you say that Buffalo Game Space helped you with, facilitated your game and the development of Skyhook?
Yeah, well, one of the biggest portions was being able to talk to so many other game developers pretty much all the time. People co-work here all day. They're here at events in the evening. So anytime that works for you, I can be here, find another game developer and be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing. What do you think? We have a very kind of deep conversation about that you can't normally have with somebody who's not, kind of hasn't been through the game development process or knows a lot about game design. So it's really just having access to other brains like yours and people interested in things like you things that you're interested in all the time. So that has just been immeasurably helpful, as well as helping get the word out about the game, kind of helping me showcase the game here, get testers to play the game. It's been amazing.
Do you want to brag about your game a little? Because that would be like, you totally can.
Brag about my game?
Yeah.
It's the best game ever.
Sharks ride griffins.
Yeah, it's I think the only game in the world where you can play as a shark riding a griffin that shoots lightning. Probably.
You sold me on it right now. I'm sold. So I guess for both of you, what would be some advice that you have for people who want to get started in game development?
Just start. Just start. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like a lot of people sit around and talk about like, oh, I got this great idea, or I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. That's nonsense at this point. I mean, really, if you want to do it, you can. And the tools have caught up with the ideas, and the technology is there, and the support systems are there, and organizations like ours are here for that specific reason. Because if you're trying to start, the hardest thing is actually just getting the ball rolling, knowing what to do, knowing, you know, what's going to work and what isn't, and getting everything going. And, you know, a group like ours can help kind of cut through that like quite a bit. So you could struggle on your own here and there, just trying to figure it out through YouTube videos and whatnot. And that's totally fine, and I recommend to anybody who's thinking about doing it, just go grab a tool, doesn't matter what it is, Unity, Unreal, Game Maker, Construct, there's tons of them now. Just grab a tool, look up some tutorials, and start working. These things are all free, they're incredibly powerful, and all you really need beyond, you know, the desire to do it is the discipline to actually put in the work, and then seek out some help when you need it. And those are really the biggest things. It's like, people ask me all the time, like, how do you get into the games industry? It's like, well, you start making games.
You just do it.
Yeah, and they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, you can't start making games until you get in. It's like, no, that's the catch. Like, everybody looks at it and they're like, oh, this position requires 5 years experience, but it's an entry-level position. How is that a thing? You make your own experience. Like, that's the hack. That's the thing that everybody doesn't quite get. You get that experience. You can get it on your own. If you just start working and start putting in the time, start learning a skill, start understanding the craft, you're going to put that experience together on your own, and then you'll be qualified for that job when it's available. So yeah, that's the number one thing. Just start. There's no reason not to anymore.
And what if they want to get involved here? How would someone go about doing that?
I think it's almost the same answer. It's just come by.
Just
you
come
know?
by. Yeah.
We're always running events here. Like you said, we're co-working here every day of the week, like pretty much from 10 to 7 every weekday. We have events almost every night. We host workshops, we host free open meetups. You know, just like this coming Thursday, we've got free open co-working. Then we have an event we run every 2 weeks called BGS Arcade, where people who may or may not be developers but are interested in, we basically open up the space to them to come in and informally meet people, play games with them. You know, most of what we do here is all about making things, and that's one of the few things we do, where let people come in and just play and hang out. But yeah, if you look at our calendar on Meetup or Twitter or Facebook and all that, like, we're doing something pretty much all the time. And most of it's free and open to the public if you just want to come by and say hi and see what's up and get involved.
Awesome. Anything else either of you want to say?
Yeah, to kind of add to coming here and getting involved, I would say, like, come here, like, it's the hardest, like, the first thing you really need to do to be a part of it. And then don't be afraid to, like, ask people anything. Like, if you're just like, I've never made a game before, how to, please help, we'll answer. But when I first started game development, I was always scared to talk to game developers because they were just these cool, super awesome, otherworldly people. And then anytime I actually would, it would turn out they were just really nice people willing to help. And like, if someone came here wanting to know how to make a game, there's tons of people who'd be around to just want to help them right then in that moment. So don't just come and hang around, but come and, you know, talk to people and ask and try to get help and kind of start your game dev career.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah,
Congratulations on your game.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your awesome space.
Oh, thank you. Bye, Skyhook.
And thank you for watching Buffalo Lab Radio Free.